So I've decided to play some Darktide. Recently, Fat Shark released a new update, including Judge Lags
Attention, scum!
and the goodest boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? And since I never played Darktide before, I thought that would be a perfect time to try it. Honestly, I never paid enough attention to it because, first of all, it had a rough start. Apparently, it was so rough that it was almost unplayable at times. People got constantly disconnected from matches, or game crashed, or some other random shit happens. Secondly, it does not have my favorite faction. In fact, there are almost no factions at all. And yeah, it's not some grand epic battle of galactic scale. It's more like single planet cold fighting type of game. Or, even more like single city. On one hand, this is amazing, as it boosts my expected lifetime from 15 hours to pretty much old age. On the other hand, I bet a lot of people disregarded this game completely just because there are no space cowboys. But,
There is another.
if you really wish to play as a space marinara after all. Anyway, game starts with a cinematic, which confirms that this is indeed 41st millennium.
It is the 41st millennium.
And this is the planet where we will operate as a part of the Inquisition. But first of all, we obviously need to create our own character, right? We have a choice between Veteran, Zealot, Psyker, Ogryn, and Arbiter. But I decided to go with a regular guardsman, as, lost guns. After that, I needed to pick my home world, which is obviously Kedia, because it still stands. Oh, yeah, right, never mind. Then I need to pick my own childhood trauma, grown-up trauma, defining moment, and appearance. And yeah, it's not the most detailed character creation menu, so no Oblivion-style horse for you. But don't worry, since it's a Warhammer game, you would have enough horse inside it. And besides, who cares what you look like? Just like in Remnant, the first helmet you find, you will never see your face again. And if it's really bothering you, well, you can change your appearance later on. I start in a cell on the board of some transport ship, but it's about to change because of this magnificent fella. And now we're free to prove our loyalty to Emperor, or God Emperor if you're into that. And what is the better tool to do so than a shovel? And I mean, no joke, honestly, it is awesome. It's quick, it's deadly, what else do you want? Who knew that garden tools can be so deadly? After dispensing some well-deserved Emperor's will, I got to the point where I finally got a gun. Oh yeah, and also I saved someone from Inquisition or something. But that's not important. What's important is that I finally can shoot. The weirdest part about this gun is that despite stating that there is 19 ammo, I can only shoot 30 times. Because for some reason this last gun actually uses 3 rounds per shot. Huh. So why does it say 90 then? What's the point? It's not like I can change it to be less powerful yet use less ammo. Or at least I didn't find it. Anyway, a ship come to save us, and now I'm a proud pawn of the Inquisition. Yeah, and obviously nobody's thrilled to see us. So now we need to prove ourselves by going through a training. Wait, I thought Prologue was a training mission. Anyway, it's a standard training, nothing special. This is how you shoot, this is how you dodge, this is how you sprint, here's my handle, here's my spout. And finally, after the last cutscene, we're done with the tutorial stuff. And now I can go through campaign. But honestly, I don't remember anything about it. I did not pay enough attention to the story behind the missions, because every time I was deployed, my vision got red and I simply charged ahead to kill as many heretics as possible. What I'm trying to say is that, well, story is okay, I guess. Pretty much it boils down to us finding and killing our old bad pal from the prison ship. But, I mean, come on, you're not playing this game for a story, right? In the main hub area, you do have quite a choice of different merchants, I guess. Some will provide you with the new skins, which you can actually get through playing the game, but obviously it's 2025, so the best skins you would need to buy separately. Other merchants will give you rewards for completing challenges. Obviously there is a merchant to buy new weapons, and you do need to get new weapons. You see, every weapon does have its stats, and the one you have is probably not the best one you can find in the game. So yeah, you would need to buy a few variants of the same weapon you already have, until you got the one with the decent stats. Yes, you can empower the one you already have, but every weapon got upper limit of how much it could be upgraded, so you would need to find yourself a weapon with a good basic stats to begin with. And speaking of which, of course there is a Shrine of Omnissiah. This is exactly where you're going to upgrade your gear. Here you can change your blessings, perks, or simply empower your weapon. Also in the main hub you can check your inventory, but also there are masteries and talents. Masteries are small perks for a specific weapon. To get those, you would need to increase the mastery of said weapon, which you're doing by using this specific weapon. And talents, this is your skill tree. Each character got its own tree, and there is a lot of skills you can actually learn. But you would need to be mindful because there is a level limit for character. You will only have 30 points to spare. And again, there are a lot of skills here. They are not hard-locked between each other, so if you really wish, you can crossbreed them to see what works for you. This is actually adds a lot to a replay value, because most likely you would want to try more than one skill sets, just to check if that would make any improvements. But again, if you wish to have the most munchkin build ever, well, just check online, there are already plenty of guides. I just pick old skills to save as much ammo as possible. Once you finish with the hub world, you can simply pick mission through the mission terminal. If you go with the campaign, the mission will go in the specific order. But again, I wasn't that much interested in the story, so I just went with whatever. Anyway, once you get to the mission, the game is exactly how you expect it to be. It's chaotic. Hordes of cultists flow through every crack in the world, so you always need to be on alert. Yeah, and stay close to your teammates, because they will be your primary source of healing. Every mission consists of a part where you need to go to a specific point and then perform some task. Sometimes you need to kill a boss, and sometimes you need to kill everyone. Did I mention it's kinda mindless? Oh, it's the best part. I don't need to pay attention to the story or what exact details of the missions are. The game just shows you where you need to be, and you're free to get there in any way you want. And boy, does every character play differently. So first of all, you will need to decide for yourself what it would be your desired way to play this game. If you wish to be more on the front line, Ogryn and Zealot are much more close combat oriented. Veteran is obviously for range combat, and Psyker is something in between. And what about Judge Dredge? Well, he's kinda a new guy, but because of a dog, he's never alone, so I guess it would be much easier to pick as a first character. Well, first of all, dog will cover you from enemies. Sometimes it will straight up take out special cultists. Secondly, if you take correct skills, the dog will be counted as a teammate, which in turn will allow you to regain some toughness, even when there is no one around. So yeah, it's your best friend, but it cannot pick you up, so Remnant 2 dog is still the bestest boy. But anyway, should you play it in 2025? That depends. So as I said, I didn't find story engaging at all. But this is not the game you play for a story, right? As for the presentation, it's okay. It's not the best looking game, but it's not the worst looking game, it's okay. Except for music. Music is amazing. I can actually listen to it without the game at all. And lastly, gameplay. Yes, the gameplay is fun, but overall is quite repetitive, and I think it can become bland quite fast. There are not a lot of variety in the missions, they're pretty much always the same, so you should really like killing heretics to keep playing it. And yes, I mean, it's 100 times better with friends, but I can play any shit with friends, it would be much better, so it's not the hardest argument, so it's mostly up to you. If you find that killing hordes and hordes of cultists is something you would like to do, then you should give it a try, and perhaps this would be exactly what you wanted. Yeah, but again, having a friend or two to play with wouldn't hurt.